Welcome to Apollo's World, where our destination is a constellation of the mind. And people, we are back in it. It is 1:38 a.m. in the morning, and I just got hit with a question right before I was about to climb into my slumber, and I have to get this out. So here we are. We're running another podcast episode, and this is going to be released on all different platforms. So tune in, tap in, and just be here with me. For this episode, I want to make a shout out to Pimp Master Flex. Bless you, brother. Bless you for your blessings, or bless you for your interest into my content. I really respect what you said earlier, and I really hope that you're just doing great things in life. Bless you and your family. Be great. Be the best you. Keep it up, my boy. All right, so let's dive into this question that hit me. And the question is, right? Would you rather a short time of hell or a long time of pain? Now, I know what y'all probably saying. Really? Like, how you think we're gonna answer that question? What do you think? But it ain't that simple. And here's why. This question could be applied to a lot of different situations that may deem difficult for certain people, right? My last episode was about marriage. You could apply this to marriage, right? Imagine you get married to somebody and things just aren't working out, And this could even apply to just being girlfriend and boyfriend for a long period of time, and you've been with somebody for a long time. Now, in some situations, right, you could try to figure things out, make things work, this, that, and the third. But what if it gets to a point where that becomes difficult? When is the part that you realize that you are now facing this question? Would you rather a short time of hell than a long time of pain? This is where it gets interesting, guys. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we're in situations where we invest a lot, We have so much invested that we just cannot pull out all the money, all the things we've invested into it. Easy as that, because we may be worried about the period of hell we are facing to go through. I could tell you from experience, a lot of experience actually, that question, are you willing to go through a short time of hell and a long time of pain, is actually faced on a daily basis. I've faced that questions with people who I've been with. I've faced that question with my home. It's essentially a very powerful question, because it's one of those things where it's a question we don't ask ourselves enough. Because imagine you're going through something right now and you can't figure out why, and you just don't know, and it's a hard situation, and it may be with something that you've invested a lot of your time into, and it's not doing you well. Sit back for a second. Is this going to be a short time of hell, or is it going to be a long time of pain? And you'll know when you ask yourself that question, you will know. So that's my thing, right? And this is why I thought this question was such a powerful one. In the situation that you may be suffering from, that you may be going through, right? Ask yourself that question for a second. I want you to sit back and be able to just ask yourself. And I wish you could tell me what you think, Because I'm sure everybody's going through a bit of a woe, And if you're not, God bless you. Like, I need what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, I needs that. Because, damn, But what I've started to learn is that the short time of hell thing versus the long time of pain, you're always going to have to inch towards the short time of hell. I think that's obvious. But you don't understand the depth of what this question is really asking. Because look, a long time of pain, right? It doesn't sound very appetizing, no. But then again, it's a pain versus hell. So let's split this question in half for a second. Let's put short time of hell on one side, and then let's put long time of pain on the other, right? Now, short time sounds pleasing for negatives because you're only going to experience this for a short time. That sounds great. Long time sounds a little bit for, something that's bad. No, nobody wants that, right? But now let's compare the next words. Of hell, of pain. Now, you don't got to be religious to know that hell does not sound very good. That's not fun. I don't think anybody wants to take a visit to that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a vacationing spot. You don't buy a ticket unless, that's what you're into. But, it's a bad place. It's not good. It's the worst things that you could have ever experienced. Pain isn't good either. Not very appetizing. But as far as I'm concerned, pain is one of the necessities that come with hell, and then some. So it's almost like if you compare hell versus pain, yeah, they're bad, but I think this is where pain has a price, and it's one of those things where it's like one sounds a little bit worse than the other, So what this means is that whatever you're invested in too deeply, let's say that you do make the right decision for you to only experience a short time of hell. You got to understand that you're going to be going through it. It's going to be a very terrible time. It's going to be the worst thing that you're going to experience. It's going to be awful. Probably going to change you a little bit. But I can promise you something. It's better than the long-term pain, the long-term parasite that's going to knock you away, that's going to eat at you, that's going to tear you apart. See what I'm saying? And that could be with anything. Maybe you're at work. Something's killing you. Something's rough. Maybe you have to make a certain sacrifice so you could go through this pain just for a shorter time till it fixes itself type thing. Instead of just letting it happen and letting yourself just, wallow in the woe type thing. A relationship, it applies. Actually, I think it applies best for relationships. Maybe you're with someone that you're just not supposed to be with right now. Maybe, you found the perfect somebody, but it's just not the perfect time. That can happen, I feel. And the thing is that these days, I feel like sometimes love could shadow our brains into what we really need, And this is where things could turn toxic. From my experience, I've seen what happens when a great person sticks with somebody who they should not be with for too long. It will tear them down into the deepest, darkest depths. So sometimes you got to make that hard decision and up in atoms and say, nah, I don't want this no more. And split up. And that's hard. Probably going to cry a bit. Probably going to go through a lot of woes, a lot of stresses. You're probably just not really going to know much to do with yourself. But imagine all the pain and suffering that you kind of just saved yourself from. And I know it's hard to say that, but you got to hear me out. You can't imagine the worst things that could be set up for you when you're in something you're just not supposed to. So reverting back to this question, Would I rather a short time of hell than a long time of pain? If I have to make a circuit, haha, hear me. Man, I need some autocorrect on this. We back in it. I'm sorry, I was cooking. If I have to make a certain sacrifice to bring myself to a form of peace, love, happiness, in ample time, essentially, I might have to do it. You'll know when something is going to burden you for a long time, and it's normally when it keeps happening on a daily basis. And that's the thing, you know. You gotta look for these signs. You gotta look for the obvious lesson, you know. Because I really do feel like that messages are constantly sent to you when something is not for you. It doesn't have to be you making the mistake. It doesn't have to be you fumbling the ball. But it could be all types of things just adding into it. It's like, why is this happening type thing, you know? But you got to understand is that if it's been happening constantly, what is it stopping it from happening forever if you don't make the proper decision to get out of it? So honestly, this question isn't even for me. I think it's more for you guys because, like I said, maybe this question, it could be out there to help somebody. It could help someone. And sit back and ask yourself this. Would you rather a short time of hell or a long time of pain? And when you ask yourself that question with whatever you're going through, with whatever's tapping into your brain right now, with whatever's just stressing you out, whatever's keeping you up in the wee hours of the night, when you ask yourself that question, I hope it brings you to the answer that you're looking for. Because that's what I would want. You're talking to somebody who's made these decisions. I've made these sacrifices. And if you need tips, help on it, y'all know where the line is at. Y'all know where the inbox be at. Paul's World 14. That's the Instagram. Swoop by and text anytime. I'll be willing to talk to any of y'all. And I'll tell you my side of the story. But I think this podcast is more for your side of the story. So go on ahead and ask yourself that question. As far as I'm concerned, remember, get yourself to that happiness that you're looking for. Everybody deserves it. And I think we can help each other get there too. I don't think there's anywhere in the rule book that says we can't do that. So I already know the decisions I'm making. Because as far as I'm concerned, I ain't walk on this planet for no long time of pain. If I gotta go through a little rough time, if I gotta go through a little road bump, a little struggle, just to know that there's a reward coming in real soon. There's growth coming in. Say less. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. That's just all I have. I just feel like I'll keep babbling forever, and I don't want to do that. So, hey guys, thank you for listening. Remember again, I love you guys. Y'all, this keeps me going. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. Like, I'm glad to release my content. So, I'm not only doing this for y'all, but I'm doing this for me. So, you already know where your boy is at. Welcome to Apollo's world, where the destination is the constellation of the mind. And your boy is gone.